Hello everybody. I'm Elise, and I'm a youth from the EIPC, and I'm going to tell you a little story. It starts off something like this. Once upon a time, I was born. Yay! And like Jesus and his disciples, I decided to cross this lake. And everyone crosses this lake, which I like to call life. Except everyone crosses through life in their own little boat. Fast forward a couple of years, and I find my preteen self alone and far away from everyone else. Suddenly, a fierce storm appears out of seemingly nowhere. I freak out because what else was I supposed to do? Just like the disciples who came across a fierce storm on their journey over the lake, I panicked. Except the storm in the disciple story was real. My fierce storm was different. My storm, well, I'd like to call it being a teenager. I struggled through the storm of pounding influences and confusion alone because everyone else was oblivious to what was happening to me. I cried out for help, but no one answered. Everyone else was cruising happily through life in their own little boats. All the while, I was panicking through this fierce storm. And as I struggled, I grew so many fears that they consumed me. I was scared of everything. My fear of not being good enough added to the rumbling thunder, shaking my world upside down. My fear of being alone added to the flashing lightning, striking me in the middle of the night so that my tears would add to the falling rain. My fear of judgment added to the waves so that they pushed and pulled at me to get me to become what everyone else wanted me to be like. I was afraid because I thought who and what I was wrong. And because if I was the person I was supposed to be, then I wouldn't be in the storm in the first place. I thought I made a mistake and messed up my whole life. So I stopped sailing, and I was too scared of messing up my life over that I was stuck in the middle of this storm, with thunder and lightning and rain and waves all attacking me simultaneously, with one goal in mind: sink the ship. Sometimes the storm and the fear and the suffering would die down for a while, but it was always there trying to bring me down. I was feeling hopeless, but then there was an opportunity to go on a mission trip, so I took it. Clendenin, West Virginia, the place where 350 different ships coming from all walks of life met to work, worship, and have wild fun. Though I did do all that, my fierce storm was still attacking me on the inside. One night during worship, everyone was asked, "Why are you afraid?" Like how Jesus asked that to the disciples when they were stuck in a storm with him by their side. Someone told me, "Jesus is by your side too, so why are you afraid?" I didn't know. I questioned myself and went searching through my heart. I found Jesus tucked away in the corner, wedged between all my doubts and my sicknesses and my paranoia and my fear that I grew being a teenager. I heard him say that he was there the whole time, and that if I let him in, he would steer me out of my mess. So naturally, I cried. I do that a lot. But I did because I was relieved. Now I knew I could get rid of my fears. And there was finally hope of getting out of this fierce storm. And so I let Jesus into my heart, and now I'm sailing with him to reach the end of the storm. Though I'm still fighting through it, I know I won't sink. My fears are gone, because at Jesus' word, the waves became still, and the thunder and lightning ceased. I'd like you to take